It's almost impossible to talk about period dramas without someone mentioning Downton Abbey, and lately one question keeps echoing across the fan community: will there be a season 7? Even after the third movie wrapped up so many character arcs and gave the Crawley family a satisfying sense of closure, fans simply aren't ready to say goodbye. And honestly, who can blame them? The world of Downton is one of those rare places that feels alive even after the credits roll, which is why conversations about a possible continuation have sparked so much excitement. But the biggest twist is that people aren't just imagining a regular comeback. What many believe could happen next is something much bigger, a full generational shift that carries the heart of the series forward in a new direction while keeping everything we love intact. The idea behind this potential season 7 isn't to repeat the old storyline but to evolve it. Fans have begun picturing a fresh chapter where younger faces step into the spotlight, possibly playing the grown-up children of the characters we followed for years. And all of this happens while Downton Abbey itself remains the anchor of the story. The estate has always been more than a backdrop. It's a symbol, a home, a legacy. So if the torch is going to be passed to a new generation, what better setting to witness it than the grand halls and quiet corridors of Downton? To understand why a season 7 makes so much sense, it helps to look back at how the last movie left things. Lady Mary, played by Michelle Dockery, faced a tough series of challenges, including the fallout of her divorce from Henry Talbot. Yet by the end, she stepped into a stronger leadership role as Robert retired to the Dower House. Watching Mary finally embrace her responsibilities and find her footing was emotional. For longtime fans who have followed her journey from the very beginning, her arc reached a new level of maturity, especially as she dealt with the con artist Gus Sambrook and everything his deception brought into her world. Lady Edith also found a comfortable place in her life. Fully confident, stable, and deeply supportive of Mary, she showcased how far the sisters have come since their turbulent early years. Their once strained bond now feels like one of the strongest emotional foundations of the series. Edith and her husband Bertie have their own life and ambitions, and that sense of security creates so many new paths for future stories. But even with these satisfying endings, the door isn't fully closed. Mary taking responsibility for the estate and the younger members of the Crawley family growing up naturally sets the stage for what could easily become a whole new era. Every corner of Downton Abbey carries potential. Stories from the drawing rooms to the servants' quarters, and each character leaves behind threads that could be picked up in the future. The supporting cast also ended their journeys on notes that could blossom into new plot lines. Tom Branson continues his life with Lucy while steering his children into the world. He may live slightly apart from the core Crawley structure, but his emotional connection has never faded. Daisy manages the kitchen with growing confidence, and Baxter has stepped into the role of Lady Mary's lady's maid. Anna and John Bates are expecting another child, with Mary becoming the godmother. These pieces feel like small details now, but they lay the perfect foundation for the next generation of the story. The beauty of this setup is that it allows new actors to step in without losing the heart of what makes Downton Abbey special. Imagine seeing the children of Mary, Edith, or Sybil take on central roles, navigating their own victories, heartbreaks, and challenges. The older characters wouldn't disappear. Instead, they could reappear as mentors guiding, advising, or even clashing with the younger voices who grow up in a world rapidly changing around them. A generational shift opens the door to natural storytelling, allowing familiar faces to gracefully hand over the reins. What makes this idea even more appealing is that Downton Abbey has always thrived on change. At its core, the series is about the rhythm of life within a grand estate, how social shifts, personal ambitions, and evolving values ripple through the household. Over 6 seasons and 3 movies, we've watched births, deaths, scandals, romances, heartaches, and triumphs. But time never stands still, especially not in the post-war world Downton inhabits. Estates keep running, families evolve, society moves forward, That's why a continuation would feel less like a reboot and more like a natural continuation of the Crawley story. A season 7 could dive deep into the complexities of a new decade. The younger Crawleys might find themselves torn between tradition and the modern world. Staff members could face fresh challenges as the role of servants changes with time. Romances might unfold across class lines, creating new tensions. The push and pull between old values and new expectations could shape every storyline. Even long-dormant rivalries could spark again, adding drama and emotional depth. The romantic element, which has always been one of Downton's strongest charms, could finally shift to the children of the estate and the staff. Whether forbidden love, social scandal, or quiet devotion, these stories offer endless possibilities for viewers who crave emotional investment. In many ways, the younger generation would be stepping into the very same patterns we saw in earlier seasons, only now with modern challenges that reflect a world slowly moving past the war years. From a production standpoint, this generational approach also works beautifully. Bringing in new actors means the writers can explore fresh material without making viewers feel like the original cast is being replaced. Instead, it becomes a symbolic handover, familiar faces returning occasionally in roles that bridge the past with the future. Mary, Edith, Tom, Robert, and Cora could appear as guiding figures, offering wisdom or stirring conflict when needed. Their presence would keep continuity strong while letting the new cast take the lead. And then there's the greatest constant of all, the estate itself. Downton Abbey is more than a set. It's a living, breathing world that fans recognize instantly. The gardens, the grand hall, the servants' quarters, every part of the estate carries history and emotional weight. Even if the focus shifts to new characters, the setting ensures the soul of the show remains untouched. Seasonal celebrations, social events, and the daily responsibilities of running such an estate provide endless opportunities for new drama and storytelling. A potential season 7 could also weave in more social and political elements. Downton has always explored themes like class, gender, and social expectations. Moving slightly forward in time, perhaps deeper into post-war Britain, would reveal even more tension as younger generations push against tradition. New staff members from different backgrounds could enter the story, bringing fresh viewpoints. The Crawley children might challenge the very structure their ancestors protected. These layers would give the show a renewed sense of relevance. And of course, the earlier films and series left behind several open threads. Mary's leadership of the estate could bring modern challenges that test her abilities. Edith's newspaper and influence could create unexpected complications. Tom's business ventures might intersect with the estate in ways that spark conflict or opportunity. These unresolved elements offer rich material for new episodes. Tying past journeys into future stories, the heart of Downton Abbey has always been its relationships, the deep bond between the family and their staff. The quiet loyalty, the sacrifices, the pride, and the love that holds everything together. Those emotions don't disappear just because one story ends. As long as the estate stands, there will always be new stories waiting to be explored, and with that, the question becomes less about whether the story is finished and more about when the next chapter will begin. Downton Abbey has never been a world that simply fades away. It evolves, grows, and welcomes new voices to continue its legacy. Fans may not have official confirmation of Season 7 yet, but the pieces are already there, waiting to be shaped into something unforgettable. Thank you for joining this deep dive into what could be next for Downton Abbey. There's still so much to imagine, and if the story returns, it's clear the next generation will have as much heart, drama, and elegance as the one before it.